Hello everybody, Mr. LEGO Lover 55 here, and welcome to another LEGO set review. Today we're taking a look at set 7914, the Mandalorian Battle Pack. This set is recommended for ages 6 to 14 and has around 68 pieces. So there's not, I unfortunately don't have the box for this set, so I won't be taking a look at that, but I do have the set in the instructions, so let's get right into that. So there's not really a whole lot to this set, it's just a bunch of little things and mostly minifigures. But just taking a look at some of the builds, I guess we'll start off with the Mandalorian speeder. So the speeder here is quite nice, I guess, although I feel like it's a bit blocky, whereas in the show was a lot more, I guess, streamlined and smooth or whatever. But I feel like this is a okay job, an okay attempt at it, I guess. But it definitely shows that it's meant to be a Mandalorian speeder, so definitely looks pretty good, although maybe some printing would have been nice. I actually don't know if there's any like symbols or anything on the actual speeder, but I don't know, it just seems very plain. There's not really anything, I don't know, it just doesn't really work, I guess, like that. One thing I do like is that they use one of these trans pieces as like a stand to make it look like it's hovering, so that's cool. But that's really it for the speeder. Then we have this little turret here for one of the Mandalorian warriors, I guess. So this thing, it's a little turret, I guess a little defense thing, and then you can have the weapon here, blaster, you can rotate that a full 60 degrees without any minifigure in the way, but when you put a minifigure there, of course, it's going to be a bit limited. But I think this is a very nice build. It's very small, but very effective, so I like it. And then we have this little mini build thing. It's supposed to, I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be, but it looks cool. So they used, I don't know, it just looks really good. They used very few pieces and made such quite an effective build. I don't know, it doesn't exactly line up with the minifigure. Like this part goes to his chest like a little too, like, I don't know, it just doesn't work, and you have to like sort of aim it up like that, so you can't like aim it straight without it sort of interfering with the chest. So that's a bit disappointing, but it still works, so that's definitely a pretty cool little, I guess, accessory. But that's really all there is for the set itself, so let's take a look at the minifigures, or, well, technically one minifigure since they're pretty much all the same. So we pretty much get 4 of the exact same figure in this set. They just have a bunch of different little accessories and weapons and all that. So, but the rest of the minifigures they're pretty much all the exact same. So here's just a little 360 of the minifigure. No leg printing at all, which is disappointing, but it's fine, I guess. Got some pretty cool torso printing there, and you can see the faces. The faces they used at this time were the ugly Clone Wars prints, which just don't work. I guess they're just really creepy and weird. So yeah, that's just one letdown for this, but that's really to be expected with a lot of the Clone Wars minifigures. But thank goodness it does have a helmet that covers that up, so you don't always have to look at that, so that's nice. But if we take off the jetpack here, you can get a better look at no back printing, actually. Okay, so never mind, so there's no back printing at all. I guess a little disappointment there, but I guess it doesn't really matter since the jetpack pretty much covers up the entire back. But that is really it for the minifigure. So here is the instruction manual for this set. So on the front is pretty much what would have been on the front of the box. Then we've got instructions, and then the final product, or sort of. And then we have our good old list of pieces, advertisement for the LEGO Club, and that's it. So not a whole lot in the instruction manual. It's very thin, but that's pretty much it for that. So let's go ahead and move on to the end of the video. So there's really not a whole lot to this battle pack. The really only main builds we get are the speeder and then the turret thing, but honestly I don't really think it's about that. It's definitely more about the minifigures in this set, and they are, even though they're all the same, they are just individually really cool figures. I don't know, I've always been a fan of the sort of Mandalorian I guess sort of design or whatever. I've always liked it, and just having a battle pack full of them with the same design, I think is just really cool. So this set is definitely not about like the little builds and all. It's definitely about specifically the minifigures. And I kind of wish LEGO did that a lot more nowadays with battle packs, because a lot of the time you have a pretty good, decent little side build or whatever, and then the minifigures aren't that great at all. So I don't know, I would rather give up the builds for the minifigures. I just feel like that's something LEGO's been doing. I don't know, just something I've been noticing with a lot of the battle packs recently. But anyways, that's really all I have to say about this set. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and keep building.